Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Friday, February 13th, and this is my morning market breakdown of the US dollar pairs, including gold and a couple of the yen pairs. So, anyways, this week has been a little slow, pretty slow going on the higher time frames. Just like I've been saying all week, to me this looks impulsive. To me, this move down looks more corrective, but it's actually fairly impulsive also, which kind of makes me think that it might push down again, do more like a double bottom before it actually goes up for that wave C or potentially that wave 3. Like I've been saying, to me, this looks like an A or a 1, this looks like a B or a 2, and it looks like eventually we're going to get a push up for a C, which would look like this, or possibly a 3, which would go up and give us a break of structure. So keeping all that in mind, taking it all the way down to the 1 hour time frame for just a minute, I just wanted to show you that my structure is still right here. If it breaks and holds above this with momentum, then we probably should become bullish the dollar, because at that point it's probably just going to keep on going up. But it seems more likely to me that this is actually going to end up trying to push down again, maybe retest that 78%, maybe retest these lows, grab some liquidity before it actually does end up pushing back up. So taking that information in mind, we need to use that and we need to apply it to all the other dollar pairs themselves. Moving on to the euro dollar. Now the euro dollar, like I've been saying, I mean, I still think that this move up is like just a bull trap, and I still think eventually it's going to end up pushing down and maybe even giving us a break of structure. We need to be careful with assuming things though, because like just like the dollar index, it kind of looks like it might go up again, maybe hit that 50 to 61% before it actually goes down. So we need to be careful with assuming that it's already going down in a much bigger way. Now, going down to the 1 hour time frame, if you're trading the shorter time frames, I would be recommending shorts, because we do have lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, and it's still making lower highs. If at some point it does bounce from a Fibonacci retracement level and it breaks that series of lower lows, lower highs, as it breaks structure, then that would definitely turn me back to being bullish. Like I said, we need to keep an eye on these higher time frame Fibonacci levels just in case we do get a big turn to the downside. So, anyways, moving on to the pound dollar, going through that real quick. It's kind of the same deal on the pound dollar. I mean, technically on this time frame, it is lower high, it is lower high. I still think at some point it's going to go down, and I still think there's a good chance it's going to break this low. But it doesn't mean that it might not go up again to retest like the 50 to 61% before it actually ends up turning down in a much bigger way. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, very, very, very corrective looking week to me. We got a fairly impulsive move up, and then we have very overlapping patterns from that point on, which still makes me think that we're going to get another push to the upside, and it is starting to give us a break of structure. If it breaks and holds above structure, especially if it's at a Fibonacci retracement level, then it's probably going to go back up to the 50 or even the 61% Fibonacci retracement for the daily time frame before we potentially get a push down. And if it never breaks structure in a big way at a Fibonacci level, then potentially it's not even going to push down, and maybe it'll just keep on pushing up. So keeping that in mind also, let's move on to the Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar back up to the daily time frame. Now the Aussie has been a very strong currency, and it still hasn't even engulfed down on the daily yet. So I mean, it's still very, very bullish on this time frame. It looks like it needs to make a bigger pullback. It looks like it needs to make a push down, but until it actually proves it with like some sort of engulfing down or a break of structure, it's hard to say whether it's actually going to do that or not. So we need to keep in mind that at any one of these Fibonacci retracement levels, we got a Fibonacci retracement on the whole move up. At any one of these fib levels, it could potentially go up and break structure, and it could continue the higher time frame uptrend. Now, if you're a short time frame trader, it is making lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, and it is definitely going down. So it potentially could keep going down, making lower highs, lower highs. So if you're a short time frame trader, you could be trading short until you get a break of structure to the upside at a Fibonacci retracement level. So moving on to the US dollar CAD, back up to the daily time frame. US dollar CAD is just very similar to the dollar index. I still think this is one up, one down, and I still think it's going to go up again for either a C, which would look like this, or potentially it's going to go up for a 3, which would eventually go up and give us a break of structure. The question is whether it's already made that turn or not on the sort of time frames. Going down to the sort of time frames, it does to me kind of look like it's already potentially made that turn, because on the sort of time frames, we definitely have a break of structure. We definitely have higher low, higher low, higher low. This actually looks like it potentially could be a pullback within an uptrend also. But if it goes to a Fibonacci retracement level and if it breaks structure to the downside, then it potentially is going to start a pretty decent move to the downside. So yes, we are bullish on the sort of time frames, but we do have to keep in mind that the higher time frames are very bearish, which means that if we get a break to the downside at a fib level, it potentially is going to keep on going down. So moving on to the US dollar Swiss, back up to the daily time frame. US dollar Swiss, very similar to the dollar CAD and the dollar index. I think this is one up. I think it's corrective down, but I think it's going to go up for either a C, which would look like this, and eventually go back down, or potentially it's going to make a 3, which would eventually go up and give us a break of structure. Luckily, at this stage, it's pretty much the same, forecast or the same analysis either way. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, I would recommend longs because we definitely have a break of structure on the sort of time frames. We just have to keep in mind, just like on the other dollar pairs, that if it does break structure to the downside at a Fibonacci retracement level, then it very easily could continue the downtrend. So, if we get higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, and then it breaks that higher low series at a Fibonacci retracement level, then we definitely want to stop looking for logs and we definitely want to go back to looking for shorts. Moving on to gold, back up to the daily time frame. Gold never did hit my target, and I still think that there's a very good chance that gold is going to go up to at least the 61 and potentially the 78%. I still think this is either a B or a 2. I still think this is either an A or a 1. I still think it's potentially eventually going to go down and either make a C, which would look like this, and then go back up, or potentially it's going to make a 3, which would go down and give us a much more significant break of structure to the downside on the daily time frame. But sort of time frame analysis, I still think it needs to go up to the 61 or the 78% Fibonacci retracement. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, like I was saying yesterday, this potentially looks like an ABC to me. It looks like this is breaking up, and it looks like now it's potentially going to try to make its way up to that 61 to 78%. I think a lot of people are really trying to pick the tops on gold, and a lot of people are really trying to sort gold, which is another reason why I think that gold is potentially going to go up higher, probably try to stop a lot of people out before it potentially really does make that bigger move to the downside. So the fact that we do have a break on to the upside on the 1 hour to 30-minute time frame definitely would turn me back bullish, but definitely keep an eye on the higher time frame Fibonacci levels just in case it does break back down, on the higher time frames, ending a wave B or ending a wave 2. Going down to the US dollar yen, back up to the higher time frames. Very, very bearish dollar yen. Yes, it is trying to push up. Yes, we are at a support level. Maybe it will even spend a couple days pushing up, but it seems to me like we are back in a downtrend. Possibly we might have even found some sort of a top on the dollar yen on the weekly time frame. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, we really haven't given any break of structure. The last couple of days I've been saying that this is probably the more important break of structure. It still is very sideways. It's still very, very corrective. So if it goes to the 61 or the 78% Fibonacci retracement of the last push down, and then it makes like an engulfing and push to the downside, then I still think there's a very good likelihood that we're going to get a much, much bigger move to the downside. Moving on to the euro yen, back up to the daily time frame, exactly the same analysis as the dollar yen. Yes, we definitely got a pretty significant little fib bounce right here, and yes, the 100% is probably a pretty important area. Yes, it definitely could potentially spend a couple days going up, but I think overall on these higher time frames, it is going to make lower lows, lower highs. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, we don't even really have a significant break. Like I was saying yesterday, I think this is the more important area. Anything we see to the upside on these sort of time frames, we kind of need to assume is likely just a pullback within a downtrend unless we do get that break of structure. So anything you see to the upside on these sort of time frames, I would definitely assume is likely a pullback within a downtrend unless it goes up and gives you this significant break of structure right here, which it obviously has not done yet. Moving on to the pound yen, back up to the daily time frame, basically the exact same thing as the other yen pairs. Yes, we definitely have a pretty big fib bounce. We recently broke structure, so it would make sense for it to possibly push up a little more, possibly even for a couple days, but it seems more likely like it's going to go down, making lower lows, lower highs. Pushing down to the 1 hour time frame, like I said yesterday, I think this is the more important structure area. If it goes up and breaks this, then yes, I definitely would become much more bullish. But because it hasn't broken that, I still think that there's a very good likelihood that anything we see to the upside is likely just a pullback within a downtrend. So I am definitely looking at this move up as likely just a pullback. So especially if you get like a Fibonacci bounce and it golfing down like what happened yesterday, I definitely would be going back to being bearish. I personally would be bearish anyways, unless it gives us this significant break to the upside right here. So, anyways, I hope everybody has a great weekend. If you want to check out my website, fxpipcollector.com, then you get access to all my trades and you get access to a great community of traders on Discord. So, anyways, have a great weekend. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading.